everyone is selling AI, and why are these now info gurus selling software themselves? Why are these guys learning AI, learning software to sell one to many? Right, in this video, we're going to go over exactly why Lou Alexander is pivoting from selling information to selling software to sales teams, and how you don't need a extremely big following to do the same thing. And by the end of this video, you'll understand the pivot that Luke made, why it's lucrative, and why it's so important in 2025. Well, you understand how to leverage AI to sell to an audience and how you can do this yourself. So you've probably seen Luke on Instagram or YouTube, and he was a big influencer, as you might be able to say, regarding high ticket sales. He was telling people, training people in his information to tell, hey, become a setter, become a high ticket salesperson. And so he was selling sales training. Right? So if you want to become a closer, become a setter, you can go through his program and become a setter or closer. On the other hand, he was also managing a sales team. So after you pay for the training, you get placements, right? Job placement into a sales agency. And within that closer placement, you would be placed on an offer, and there he would probably collect the revenue share from that offer. Right. So that was his old offer. Right. Is an info offer to break into high ticket sales plus sales agency. Closer placement. What are the problems with that? Why is he moving away from it? Right. There's plenty of people who can say the same thing, but it's becoming more and more saturated. But really is the mechanisms are not as efficient as they used to be. Right. So let's take a look at what are the problems with the sales agency. When you run a sales agency, no matter how good your reps are, you're going to deal with like morale. Right? You've probably seen Sam the app fake where you're going to enter an offer. Right? You on the outside without coming, you think that, hey, my sales team can close at this rate, we're going to come into your offer. Totally reliant on what the offer is and what the mechanisms are, right? How many leads you're getting through paid ads, how does the organic look like? And so if you put your sales rep in, like, for example, a fitness coaching offer, and they can't sell, or the prospects they get on the call, they keep leaving, or they're stupid, and basically no matter how good of a team that you manage, there's so many variables that lie in coming into an offer and selling for someone, right? You can't control your lead flow, and even if it's fun, it's a big headache, right? Why worry about lead flow when your end game is sales, right? And so running a sales agency, very reliant on the offer that you're placing your closers in. And while these guys might be talented, if the lead flow isn't good, or the quality of the leads is great, the morale of these guys is going to drop, right? And morale only comes from, it's a human variable, right? If I get on 5 calls, like 3 of them don't show, morale's going to drop, right? But that's something you can't control. Right, he comes in and his goal is to collect revenue and help them close. But if all the other variables are there, it doesn't make any sense. Right. The next thing is the high margin. Right, is that you now have to hire and train and manage closers, and you're not going to do it yourself. Right, so you're going to hire other high ticket salespeople and people who manage those teams, or to manage these closers. And so you're going to have to pay them a hefty salary to do this. And so there's a high margin to hire and train. Right, so human management, right, train and train. Like I said, same thing with, even if you're selling B2C, you still have to have a closer, close these people on a ticket offer, and then you have to manage them, make sure they succeed. A lot of human variables, right? So I saw a post the other day where he says, Luke made a tweet, sell AI implementation to enterprises if you want to get rich. During this time, he probably realized he had the ability to compare what it's like running a sales agency versus running a B2C offer. Selling B2C, you're selling one to many. Organic content really helps you sell without running paid ads. But the key problem that you're going to see is consumers are stupid. They're relying on you to succeed, right? They see this, wonderland that you painted on the internet, and they think they're just going to go into your one-on-one coaching program. They're going to turn into Johnny Mao, within 30 days. That couldn't be further from the truth. Because you don't put in the work, you're not going to succeed. Whereas enterprises, big companies, probably the ones that you work with for a sales agency, well, they have cash flow, they have a lot of money, and they're going to succeed because they have the skills and knowledge to succeed already because they were already putting an offer. They were already selling. And so for you to come in and just help them sell more revenue, you're going to say yes. They're so much easier to work with than selling one-on-one to a bunch of consumers. Right. And so now he's selling software to enterprises, not selling software to individual closers, selling software to enterprises. Because sales team, typically, let's say like you have a company of an insurance agency, you have like 20, 30 insurance agents, $50 a seat. Boom, you're making so much monthly per month, 15, and as the sales grows, they use your software and they grow, you get paid on a usage basis, right? Versus if you get to sell one-on-one, you sell to an individual, you're putting the same effort to sell an individual versus enterprise. But what's an individual? Hey, they're gonna close them. All right, great. But with an enterprise, they're gonna grow their sales team. Right. And so now you're even in an affiliate program, the sales team will sell it for you. Right. They need to increase the seats in their software. All right. So what does the software actually look like? So I looked at his website for Kendo AI. Obviously, you want to sell yearly plan. It's 44 per user versus 44 dollars. Nearly 6 monthly thing. So now if you're a sales team with 30 people, you're looking at pretty much like $1,500 per month. Right. And at the end of that, because your sales team grows, he makes more money as you grow. Right. And so what is this new offer? Sales software to enterprise sales team. Right. Why is this important? Is automated service delivery. Right, after he sold it, he's built his software and he'll make improvements to the software, but he doesn't need to worry about service delivery anymore. He doesn't need to hire people to manage the closers. He doesn't need to hire people to make sure these guys are succeeding, doing weekly, one-on-one sessions, and none of that. Right. And enterprises that are on an annual plan, well, they're not going to churn because they need to sell. What are they going to do? Fire a bunch of sales reps, right? Enterprise clients don't do that, right? They're going to grow. Okay, so with usage-based pricing, you have very low churn. So whereas before you're still working with consumers, you're still dealing with churn because these people are stupid, right? And so how is he doing this? Right, obviously, Luke has a personal brand and organic content. But I was watching his stories on Instagram, and one of the things that he was coming in, he was saying his grass is always greener, right? A lot of software companies think that, Luke has it all figured out. He has like a personal brand. He has distribution figured out. He was like, it was going to be further from the truth. Like he started selling software and he was struggling. Because although he had distribution towards perfect brand, it was to a lot of consumers. And so there were probably some enterprise clients, but you can't, there's a threshold that you'll reach even with your own personal brand. So what he does now is obviously he runs paid ads. Right, so he runs paid ads. Even this ad was created through Sora. It was like people interviewing, it's like an AI generated interview, and then he has an affiliate program. But in the affiliate program, he only tips like 20% commission, so not a huge incentive for people to recommend his product. But likewise, if you have a paid ad acquisition system, you can dial in your cost per acquisition. Right, let's say even if you were to sell to sales teams for each sales team is at least $1,500, between $1,000 to $3,000 per sales team per month on an annual plan, right? And your cost per acquisition could be literally $1,500. Who cares? Right, the first month is basically free. Right, let's say, yeah, exactly. If you're selling to sales teams that are 20 or 30 people per sales team, and you charge them on an annual plan, you're making $1,000, $1,500 monthly. Let's say your cost per acquisition was $1,000 or $1,500. But that great, liquidates it. The second month, you profit, right? It makes perfect sense. For running paid ads, it's an absolute no-brainer for him. But how does he do this? So he does a VSL funnel. So obviously from paid ads, they go into a VSL. It's pretty long, actually. It's more like a training masterclass, to be honest, like 45 minutes long. He didn't have any video testimonials at all. He literally just had testimonials like literally could have been made up. Just really like 3 quotes from other people. I guess he's relying on his personal brand to be like, hey, like I trust Luke because he's Luke, right? But you watch this video and then you book a call, and then on the simulated demo call, he's gonna try for a 1 call close. Right? Just like that's anyone. And he has a sales team, so I'm sure the sales isn't the problem. What he's probably dealing with as an issue is he probably was pivoting from, hey, should I sell PC or should I sell B2B? Right? And probably realizes it's better to sell to enterprises. Right. And you don't need a huge personal brand to do this. Luke did this because he understands sales teams and has been doing this for a while. If you want to sell AI to a particular ICP or an audience, go call with my team and we can see if we're a good fit to work with us and help you scale to $10,000 per month or more the next 90 days. But likewise, you don't have to have a huge personal brand to do this. All you need is look at his mechanisms that you can do without a personal brand. Is your organic content you create yourself. Is it going to take a while, to see results? Of course, but you can literally scale with paid ads and a sales team and a VSL funnel. Nothing that Luke is doing is rocket science. He doesn't have this crazy growth operating funnel with a bunch of DM setters and AI automations. He literally has one of the most simplest VSL funnels I've ever seen in my life. Right? If anything, I would just say it's not even that optimized. Right? He probably just relies on really good sales and to trust him because of his brand. But you can do the same thing. But what I would do instead of selling just to any sales team, I would focus on particular sales teams. Right? Within sales teams, there are segments. There's phone sales teams, insurance sales teams, door-to-door teams, right? Enterprise software sales team, where life cycles take a little bit longer, right? To where having a software like this to take notes of your calls and give you input, it's even more important, right? So every single business has a sales team, right? And it's more so, what does that sales team look like, right? I would build a software or an automation to sell to a specific type of sales team. For example, if you're to build for door-to-door, if you're to build for software sales teams, and then sell to them, right? Instead of focusing on a very broad audience. There's a piece of cake for everyone. You don't have to have a massive personal brand like Luke Alexander to do the same thing.